Hi, I'm Devika.
Hi, I'm Raj.
We're both interior designers and welcome to Treetops. It's our privilege to show our home to you today. Come on in.
Yes.
So we're both interior designers. We run this firm called The Works Interiors, and doing up a home has felt super special and also a daunting task. We both love to use wood, which you can see a lot in our house, and like every entry kind of space, you need a console. And this console has a special story, and I'll ask Raj to tell you why.
Yeah, okay. So, both of us, in fact, even my daughter, we are scuba divers and we are totally inspired by the ocean. So, this is a wave console and we have these colors of the ocean, and of course, you can see the cubes also. That's why we just designed it. I think it was in the workshop. We just had this brain wave and converted a surfboard into a.
In fact, it was designed during the pandemic. I remember when
Yeah, during the
Noor was
pandemic.
also here during
We
the
were not
holidays.
free and we
Yeah.
had so much of time, so we
Just
decided
wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, of course, wood. And as you come in, you can see our dining table, which is very unlike a typical dining table. Again, the shape of a boomerang, designed again during the pandemic by Raj and our daughter. So why don't you tell them about it?
We had so much of time on our hands, so we wanted to sort of experiment with shapes, different materials, different things. Basically, something which is not there in the market. So this is something which is pretty unique. The veneer is unique, the table is unique, the design is unique, and it's of course it's very versatile, very comfortable, and very functional as well.
And boomerang, because during the pandemic, it kind of got us back together. Our daughter, who was studying in the US at that time, came in for a year, and that gave us such amazing times together. And not
We
only
really
worked
used
here,
it. We
yeah.
really used it and played games till 4 in the morning
Yeah.
every evening. So that is the story behind it. So we do have a lot of art in our house. Both of us just love collecting art, and not only paintings, it could be sculptures, it could be prints. I mean, it has to appeal, it has to go with the house. And that is what actually brings the warmth to the house. The walls, they do, because you have very plain walls. So these pieces are very unique. We pick them up over a period of time, which means maybe 15 years, 20 years. These are like 20 years old. That piece is 25 years old. So it's not that we collected it in a day. So yeah, they are unique and we just love them. And now I don't think we have any wall to put up anymore. Art is basically, you can't collect art and do your house in one day. It is over a period of time. And every piece has to have a story to it. So wherever you go, you have a connectivity to it. That's why it looks much warmer and better in a home.
So this is a hidden treasure of ours. This was a spare room for us, which we've converted into a walk-in closet. His space, my space, the idea was to have a winter-summer swap. When you just open your wardrobe, you can see everything, because it sort of declutters our lives also. And Raj is a firm believer of decluttering.
Yeah, so what we did was we lightened our bedroom, and instead of it, clothes coming out or the seams, we had this design, and so we keep all our clothes out here. It's very practical, and at least we are using this room. Otherwise, it is not being used to its full potential.
And I think that's what we also try and tell our clients. Whether you have 4 rooms, 5 bedrooms, you don't need 3 guest bedrooms. You should utilize 1 or 2 rooms to your advantage. It could be a home office, it could be a meditation yoga room, it could be a walk-in closet. There is so much you can do with a room rather than just having a guest bedroom where your guests are just coming probably once a year. And so having a space like this away from our bedroom, we really had to think through this. So what we did was we've infused fabric in glass. We gave it sliding shutters. so that when we do have a lot of guests and we want the privacy of the space, we can close it. If we want to open it, it just opens up and it's a seamless space from that end to the other end. It's just like one big space.
And a lot of fluidity.
Yeah.
Plus, I think this is more of storage management, better storage management,
Yes.
I would call it.
Yes. And like we have a center island out here where we have a few drawers on this side, which takes care of jewelry, the trinkets, his watches and stuff like that. So again, what you have, you should be able to see and use it rather than just keep storing it somewhere where it's not visible and you don't even know what you possess.
Yeah.
So as you can see behind me, this entire space is our living room, and we're the kind of people who don't like any formal structure as such, because this is where we lounge also. And unlike some formal living spaces, we do have our TV here because this is a space which is meant for both of us to unwind. It is meant for our family and friends, so it is just very casual. And we love collecting different kinds of artwork. That's what makes the space more special. Just a collection from our travels, what we pick from different places. I'm also very fond of my books. I love collecting these books from different areas that I go to, especially books on art and architecture. This is my favorite place, this bench by the window where again I overlook the greens, and I try and put books that I am very fond of or I like to pick and read, or just, one line that inspires me in my day. This is a desk that I made during the pandemic because, like all of us knew, work just got stalled and we were all working from home. So I had this desk done and this chair done for myself. Luckily, I had the space and I kind of fitted here. And one of the most important things that I keep telling my clients also, that when you're taking your Zoom calls, you must have a nice backdrop. So this worked very well for me. I have my shelves at the back. I have my desk here. I have my lovely window which lets the sunlight filter in, and I see the greens and I get inspired. So now you're in the master bedroom. We very consciously decided to keep this space very muted, very, very neutral. But I do love to play with textures. So you can see that there's like a texture on the wall, there's texture on the bed back, there's texture on the bedding and all of that. But it is still very, very neutral. We both believe that the space has to be calming, it has to be serene, because once you're back after a long day's work, your room should be helping you to stay de-stressed and decompressed. And another thing that we very firmly believe in, the moment you wall mount your units, like your side tables, your wardrobes and your chester, you kind of create more of a space below. So it doesn't look very overpowering. And one of my favorite parts of this room is that it overlooks the ridge, and that's why we call our house Treetops. Because when you wake up in the morning, there's beautiful light filtering in, and what we see is this beautiful green. And it's really therapeutic. So now this space is our daughter's room. As you can see, there are these crazy angles and the space is also tight, but for me and Raj, I think this just worked to our advantage. We just love working with different angles. We love tighter spaces because then that sort of pushes your buttons to be more creative. So as any I won't say teenager anymore, she's in her 20s, but as any young adult, they would want their own space to work. Of course, storage is key. And her love for the ocean and her love for scuba diving is what inspired us to use these shades of grays and blues. You can see the artwork is all inspired by the ocean. She's also an avid reader, so we had to fit her books in a way that they don't look cluttered and they're not overpowering the space. And we've given these sliding shutters so that, regular shutters don't hinder the space and make the space more tight. So the soul of every home is the kitchen, and likewise it is for us too. Not that we are foodies, but we love to eat something healthy which is cooked at home. And when we were redoing this space, Raj and I were very, very clear on one thing, that the surfaces have to be very neatly done, very clean lines. Of course, our love for the ocean, and that's why you see interspersed blue everywhere. And not that I cook very often, but when I do, I like my own space. I don't like that jamming with my cook. So I have my steamer and oven more this side. I have my coffee station. Then I have my mugs, and whatever I need is right here. So when I'm cooking, I'm not really into the main area, and both of us have our own space then. So I just love the fact that, in the morning when you can just come and have your espresso shot. I make my matcha, my tea, so that's right here. And here I've kind of put my fridge here, and so there's a lot of space. I do have a folding table when needed. It can be opened up here, and the cook can do the chopping or just sit here and eat her food. And then of course there is the inside sink. I do have a utility area for bigger utensils, but this is where all the glasses and all the veggies can be washed. Then you stack your plates here. I have a collection of flasks. Then my all the gadgets come in here, and of course the storage below for all the things that are needed in a kitchen. And of course these niches worked very well for the pantry and a space for my collection of glasses. If you design your space in a way that you make a list of what all is needed, everything has a home, it goes back in its space, so it really helps to keep a space decluttered, and that's what we aimed out here.
Thank you for watching our home, which we have actually put in a lot of time, effort and love. And I really wish that you will take back some pointers in improving your own home as well.
And for more such content, please do subscribe to LBB Homely newsletter.